Welcome to Caricomp Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
That confident 95% face match? The number that decides whether a suspect gets flagged? It might have been graded by faces that don't exist. Fake faces? Computer-generated people who were never born, and they may have decided whether you can trust that match at all. If you've ever unlocked your phone with your face, or seen a headline about someone arrested because of facial recognition, this touches you. Because the accuracy number everyone quotes isn't as solid as it sounds. A match score feels like a fact. It feels like the machine looked, measured, and told you the truth. But that number depends on a hidden step almost nobody sees, a test that happens long before your photo ever reaches the system. So why would the same algorithm, looking at the same face, give you two different confidence scores? Let's start with the part that's invisible. Before any facial system reaches a real case, it gets tested, graded on a stack of practice faces to see how well it tells people apart. That grading is called benchmarking. The catch is simple. The faces used in the test decide what the score actually means. Researchers at the University of Luxembourg put this under a microscope. They took 24 different facial recognition models and tested each one twice, once against 12 sets of synthetic, computer-made faces and once against 7 sets of real human faces. And the rankings didn't match. A system that looked like the best performer on one test slipped down the list on another. Same algorithms, different judges, different verdicts. Why does that happen? Because real faces come with mess. Different ages, tilted heads, harsh shadows, blurry video. A test built only from clean, straight-on, well-lit photos never asks the system to handle any of that. So the system aces a test that was never hard in the first place. Picture testing a car's brakes only on dry pavement, in broad daylight. They stop perfectly. You give them a glowing score. Then you drive that same car into rain, snow, and darkness. The brakes never failed the test. The test just never measured what actually mattered. That's the gap between a benchmark face and a real surveillance frame. Now here's where those fake faces earn their place. You can't gather thousands of photos of the same real person at every age, in every lighting condition, without consent, privacy risk, and legal trouble. In Europe, rules like GDPR treat your face as deeply personal data. You can't just collect it. But a computer can generate one invented identity in 1,000 poses and lightings on demand. Tools like StyleGAN build these faces with the dials turned by hand: angle, expression, shadow. That means researchers can finally build a hard test on purpose. A test that looks like real casework instead of a studio portrait. So let's fix the thing most people get wrong. A 95% match sounds safe because companies quote accuracy numbers, and high numbers feel trustworthy. But people quietly swap two different ideas: accuracy on a clean lab test and accuracy on your actual messy case. Those aren't the same thing. A system might score 98% when everyone faces the camera, then collapse on grainy footage of someone half-turned in the dark. The score didn't lie. It just answered a different question than the one you're really asking. Here's the shift. Accuracy isn't really a property of the algorithm at all. It's a property of the match between the test and the real world. Ask, how accurate is this tool? And you're asking the wrong question. The right one is, what faces did you test it on? And do they look anything like my case? So let me leave you with this simple version. Before a face system ever sees your photo, it gets graded on practice faces. If those practice faces were easy and clean, a high score means almost nothing when the real image is dark and blurry. The number only means something once you know what it was tested against. Whether you carry a badge or just carry a phone, that's the question worth remembering. Not how confident the match is, but what it was measured on. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, Caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.